Welcome back, guys. Today we are installing my rear R32 diffuser, and I do apologize in advance. The neighbors are doing some roofing, so I'll do my best. I'll do my best to cut that out or record accordingly. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. If you look, I went ahead and kind of mocked it up again. My tape has already failed. So I'm just gonna kind of line this up about where we're gonna place this. And all I'm doing is I'm just using kind of the outsides of the actual diffuser. So my main concern is the clearance with my muffler. If you look, it's pretty much touching right there. There are 3 mounting points on the back of this diffuser that I'm gonna wanna utilize. These did come with the end plates, so they obviously won't line up perfectly with the S14 rear. Let me actually pull one out for you here. Oh, yeah, you're not supposed to see that yet. Let's pull this up. Okay, so these, I think this is the right one. So it's not horrible as far as the fitment on it. Like I could possibly get it to work, but maybe if it was like flat over here. I'm just gonna place some bolts. I did put some bolts here just to secure the diffuser to the side plate. And to be honest, I mean, that's not horrible. It's not perfectly flush here. I think I'm gonna try to find some material that I could use to maybe seal this, and then maybe make a bracket for here so that way I can actually still use it. 'Cause I do like the look of that. And it does secure the actual diffuser fairly well to the, you know, to the rear bumper and the car itself. I think that's the plan. I'm just gonna secure it where I want it as far as how high, oh, my tape fell. How high I want this up. Oops. Some more tape here so she doesn't go anywhere. All right, doesn't look bad. That's about where I want it because it's not really gonna sag any further than that. I'll probably have some like side to side motion, but yeah, that's actually not bad. Let's see if I can secure that to the side, and then we'll do the other side here too. Just temporary until I get the brackets made for the 3 points over here. Okay, so for this particular project, you're obviously gonna need some kind of bracket material. I went to Lowe's a couple days ago and got some aluminum flat bar. I also have these, I don't know if it'll focus, but I have these little support, like adjustable support rods. I'll show you where I kind of want to put those. And I also keep all of my, like sometimes I get things that come with brackets that I don't ever use, and I have that here. So whatever works the best, I will utilize. These are 1/8 by 3/4 inch by 3 feet. So I got more than enough. I always have projects, so I bought 2 of them. I probably won't even use all of one. And then these guys right here, I don't think I'm gonna use these. These are these look like they'd be too bendy, but we'll see. Getting something to support this here. All right, so it's kind of hard to show because the light is just so horrible over here. But if you look, I made a little hole right there where I'm going to use with a self-tapper. All right, so that's temporarily secured on this side. I'm going to, so I got another support in the middle, and that way I don't have to worry about the tape falling off again. That's pretty much where I want it as far as the placement. I think it looks really good, and from afar you can't even see that there's a little bit of a space there. And let me see from over here. yeah, that looks really good. Drilled the pilot hole on this one, and if you look, it's in that general, or at least similar area. So I'm gonna put the self-tapper on there, and we'll secure it for now. All right, so both sides are secure now. I got my bolt there, and now I can actually remove these things. So it's held on now just by the two sides though, so I wanna leave that in the center. So this, even though the two sides are, again, just temporarily held into place by those self-tappers, I can actually look at this now and how I'm gonna make the bracket for this. Let's remove all this tape so we can actually see what we're doing. All right, so don't mind all the scratches, and there's obviously some clear coat peel right here. This will get, my whole bumper will get refinished at one point. But this is exactly where I want it to sit, and if you look, it looks pretty even. Maybe a tad bit. So what I'm looking at for reference is this and that, and making sure it just lines up with the actual bumper, which I think it looks pretty spot on at this point. I'm going to do some fasteners here and here. I want to do this as clean as possible. So I'm thinking maybe if I can reach under, I can't reach under the bumper here, or maybe I can. So I can make a bracket that actually goes from the back side of this right here, or right on this face, and then make the actual bracket bend over into the hidden part of the bumper so you don't see it. I think that's a better way to do it. I'm actually just gonna cut up some cardboard the same width as my flat bar, so that way I can do some mock-ups here. Alright, so this is my plan. I want to make the length of this bracket roughly about 1 inch here. So I'm going to bend this here. The plan is I'm going to take this mock-up of my bracket. I'm going to be securing a bolt, one bolt, right behind this, so that way I can take this the longer end, and if you look, it meets up at the end of my bumper here, and I can use 2 fasteners here to secure it to this bumper. Now this bumper does have some heavy-duty brackets on it, and when I mean heavy-duty brackets, I mean enough to hold up this diffuser. I don't know how heavy duty it actually is, but enough where it's gonna be a good support area for this. I'm just gonna do 2 just for ease of access when I want to remove this. If I do one in the middle, it's gonna be a lot harder to reach when I want to remove this thing. So, all right, let's go ahead and make our brackets. With a bunch of back and forth, this is exactly where I want this to be. So when I get this on here and tighten that up, that's gonna sit pretty nice on the bumper. And then again, you'll only see one piece of hardware here, which I'll probably use something like a dress-up hardware bolt kit so it looks nice. Alright guys, so I got the brackets pretty much identical now. Now I'm going to drill some holes on here, so that way I can line them up on the bumper and kind of mark them, and then just cut it from there. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to deburr it a little bit more, but I do just want to test fit it before anything else. And then I'm gonna clean them up, kind of round off the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and put like a coat of like ceramic black paint or something that will stick on this, so that way you don't see this bare aluminum just kind of hanging out there. All right, let's fit it on. All right, so I got this side done. Again, don't mind the hardware. This is just temporary. So I got this, and just to show you how easy it is to remove it on and off, this is how, and then you put a bolt there, and then if I want to take it off, I take the sides off, and then this stays here. I drilled the holes that I need to put my other bracket on, and I already put that over here as well. I'm gonna test it once more, and these two should be good to go. She is on now, and I am pretty happy with that. So again, my whole idea here is to make sure that when I am ready to take this off, the nice thing is with the way that this is set up, I'm gonna lift that back up, but you actually still have access to your differential even with this on. So that's really nice, just because I don't want to have to take this off every single time I want to jack my car up from the diff. And yeah, so now it's just getting, there's a mounting point right there, one in the middle, and one all the way at the end over there, which you can see on this side here. So I'm gonna find some spots that we could use for that, but overall I think it's looking really nice. And it's all about just making this super secure. Let me see from back here. Oh yeah, that looks really good. That looks really nice. And this isn't even on the ground yet, so cool. Let's keep on moving. So before anything else, I'm gonna put my wheel here just to give us an idea of how much space I have and to make sure that the bracket doesn't get in the way of anything. There's a mounting spot right here, and if I go directly above that, it looks like there is some kind of I don't know if that's threaded. It is threaded. So if you look from there straight down, it runs about this area. So I'm going to do the same thing again and grab a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to line up about where the bolt is, or the bolt hole. Alright, perfect. So about right here. I actually bent it a little bit less of an angle at the top, and at the bottom I gave it a little bit of a bend there, so that way when this is flush at the top, it actually bends in onto the diffuser a lot better right here. Alright, and this side is done. Again, don't mind the hardware, because that will be replaced. And as far as clearance, if you look, still got a lot of space. Looks like they notched the carbon out a little bit on that side too, but it works real well even down here. Alright, let's see what we have on the other side. I was looking for that same bolt on this side. I swear you would think that this diffuser is made for my car, because this looks to line up exactly in that same spot. So I'm gonna grab my little makeshift flat bar and we'll see how close those line up. So this is actually just going to be a wild guess at this point, but if you look, I'm going to hammer this down to make my tab, and I have it off center just about how much I think I'm going to need as far as angle wise, so that when I do hit this down, it's already going to be off axis and hopefully match up with that bolt. Alright guys, so moment of truth. I got the bracket somewhat in right here, so I'm just going to loosely get that threaded in at the top. Perfect. Alright guys, so got this side done. If you notice, I actually tweaked the bracket a little bit. I just flipped it so that part where the actual bracket comes down, it's closer to the rear now. It's closer to a straight shot than at an angle. So this is all secure. Now it's just doing the middle part, which I'm gonna make sure to make a fastener for that. So for that last tab on the diffuser, I'm actually gonna wait a little bit for a future date to put something there and secure it, just because the jack stands right now are kind of low. It's really tight as far as being able to get under there, and I don't want to lift the car up any higher right now. So when I get wheels and tires put on, and I can actually put the car on some ramps, that will actually give me enough space to kind of play underneath there and get a bracket. So we're gonna wait for that. But the last part that I wanted to do before actually taking all the brackets off and painting them is these support rods. When I get this secured, I'm not too confident that this is gonna hold, just because there is supposed to be a bolt underneath here that you're supposed to secure. But if you look on the R32, this will obviously conform to the bumper. There's a big space over here. So what I was thinking for those support rods is kind of something like this. So there is a mounting tab here for the bumper, and I actually just put this right through it. I will be putting a spacer on that as well, and I'm thinking at some kind of angle like that. That way I have some support over on the actual valance, the support rod in between these bolts here, so that way we have kind of support all throughout the back there. I'm gonna kind of measure this out, make sure it's even on both sides. Once that's done, we can paint the brackets and we should be good to go.